We'll edit.
All right.
We'll edit it.
All right. So, come on now. And it was a time where Coach V and I were literally apart.
Close,
We were apart. I think we're still pretty close. I haven't put enough gap on this, you know what I'm saying? But I need to double some size on there, you know?
You're bigger than I am now.
I hope so. Shit, I better be.
Yeah.
What's it called? How long have you been training for now?
I started working out in 2018, not knowing what the heck I was doing, and then really I would say training in 2019.
Okay. So we'll call it like 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah. What age did you start training at?
2019 I would have been 37.
37? Damn, okay.
Stop. He thinks I'm old.
37.
That was like a damn.
Yeah. Come on now. So when you was 37, where did you start? Did you like have any background of like training, like legit training, you know, like actual legitimate training and stuff?
I was a newbie to everything. So like in 2018 when I was working out, I started out at a college PE class doing cardio kickboxing. And then I got a gym membership here at Saint. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. Like I could post it actually again because I have a post back in 2018. I was so proud of myself because I got up at 6 a.m. for the spin class here.
Oh,
it was like
shit.
the first fitness class that I'd ever done like early
spin
in the morning.
Class,
I was so excited. And then I did some personal training at the end of the year in 2018.
Okay.
And that like made me come alive.
Okay.
And then that like just built some momentum, and that's why I say like I really started really training in 2019.
Okay.
But prior to that, I'd never like really played sports. I like played softball, but like small town softball where you don't really train. Like I was not an athlete. Like I surprised the heck out of my family.
Yeah. Okay. So you were 37, never, I think it's fair to say, never fucking touch a dumbbell in your life.
Correct.
All right.
I didn't know the difference between a dumbbell and a barbell when I
so
started.
you guys get the idea now. So, okay, 37. And then how many kids did you have?
4.
You have 4.
Yeah,
Okay, so
still have 4.
Obviously, right? No more, all right?
No more.
Okay, so you got 4 kids. You're 37 years old. 37-year-old mom, never trained before. Let me ask you a question. What made you want to actually take this serious? What was it, like, realistically?
So I had like when I first started working out, it was just like it like felt good to move my body for the first time because I'd never actually worked out ever in my life. But then when I started lifting weights, what made me want to take it so seriously was like I felt powerful doing it. That sounds kind of weird, but like I remember the first time anybody showed me how to deadlift. Like I saw people deadlifting and I'm like, I want to do that. Like I remember seeing one of the guys here, he was lifting 315 at the gym, and I saw the barbell bend. I'd never seen that before, and I'm like, that's so cool. Like I want to lift enough weight that the barbell band. I was like totally delusional. Like I was so far from that at the time. But I remember the first time somebody showed me how to deadlift, I'm like, I think I could be good at this. And it feels good to just like be strong. Like I actually really liked that.
Hell yeah. I like how you, so I mean that's crazy because I mean you're 37 years old, you have 4 kids, you're a mom, right? And the one thing that you fell in love with the training is that it made you feel strong, made you feel powerful, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, let me know if you agree, is that I mean a lot of times, and you can say even it starts off even probably younger, but you know when a woman gets to 37 years old, I feel like a lot of times in the world it's very easy that many people, especially women, you know, they get their power taken from them, you know.
I think that's why I liked it so much, was because I didn't feel powerful at all. Like I didn't feel powerful in my relationship. I felt like my kids never listened to me, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Like I didn't even know what I barely liked back then. Like, you know, like if you were like, where do you want to go? I'm like, well, wherever you want to go. Like I didn't even and the thing is, like, I did know, but I wasn't allowing myself to even like think about myself. So this was like the space where for the first time ever I had something that was just mine. Like I knew like I wasn't competing against anybody except for me from the week before, where I was like, okay, can I put 5 more pounds on the bar this week?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And like that was motivating for me.
Yes. Nah, that's great. That's dope. And one thing that I can like resonate with, you know, even though, right, let's say you're 37, right? You know, I started when I was training seriously when I was 22. But you still, the thing I resonate with more is that you had that childlike curiosity and hunger and drive for something new that was cool, where it's like, fuck, you know, like this, you know, everyone hates training, or they have this hard idea of like, you know, sprinting out the hell, you know, that like going to the gym to work out sucks, you know. But like when you find something like it could be something a little small like that, like a deadlift, where you just fall in love with it, and now that's all you're thinking about when you go to sleep, when you wake up. It's like, all right, like when I go to the gym today, you know, that childlike eagerness to get in there and get better.
Yeah, I was really a sponge at the time, because I really didn't know anything. And I think there's something, like, even if you have done something before, like, you should approach anytime you're going after a goal, like, approach it like it is the first time.
Yeah.
Because if you like come with like, yeah, I know that, you will probably suffer and you will struggle to make progress.
Yes.
And I remember, like, I literally remember thinking, like, I'm 37-year-old mama for, like, I'm gonna look stupid. Yeah, and I was just like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care if I look stupid. Like, I just, like, owned the fact that I probably look stupid. And, like, maybe I did a little bit, but I actually don't think I looked as stupid as, like, I thought I might.
Yeah.
And, like, now I'm like, actually, like, you have to, like, get over that whole thing of, like, oh, but, like, what if people look at me? And, oh, what if I don't know what I'm doing?
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And I literally, like, I just planned on looking stupid, actually. And I think that actually helped me.
Yup. That acceptance of, like, I'm where I'm at right now, you know. But tomorrow she'll be a little better.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. I agree with that too. You know, I think that was probably one of the hardest things in the beginning was like, you know, I was 22 years old, and, you know, I mean, you had that idea of like, dang, like, I'm a mom with 4 kids, you know, I'm gonna look so dumb and stuff like that. I had like the exact opposite. I was like, dude, I'm 22 years old, I'm in prime time shape, and everyone's like, I wish I was your age and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, I look horrible, you know. I walked in the gym, and like, I'm over here working out, and all the girls next to me are like lifting so much more than me, and they're just like working out, and I'm over here like killing myself, dying, and I got like 15-pound dumbbells on this incline press, and I'm trying to get them up, and I'm groaning, and I'm sweating, and I'm dying, and I look to my right, and I see this just fucking specimen of a lady just fucking killing it, and I'm like, wow. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, this is where we're at right now, you know. But I mean, me knowing that, hey, you know what, like, it's all good, you know. Like, me accepting that was probably the biggest hump. Getting myself out the way is just like, it's all good. I'm not gonna quit. And you know, what you said right there was super special, was that if you come into the gym like, I already know everything and stuff like that, like, it's gonna suck, you know. And I know that. And you talked about personal training, and so the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when I got coaching, when I first got mentorship, it was the first time I really fell in love with like working out, you know, and training and stuff like that, because I walked out, I was like, I really don't know anything, and I just followed everything I was told, and I fell in love with actually seeing results, you know, and finding something I was good at. I was like, well, I'm really good on leg days, okay? So that was like, I'm good at that. And I fell in love with squatting and things like that, you know. And before, I would, like, anytime that I walked into the gym, I'd go work out with my wife, and I'd be like, I know it all, babe, don't do that, No, my wife even wanted to get a personal trainer, and I'd be like, why do you need a personal trainer? I can teach you everything you need to know. You know what I mean? And at that time, I was not a coach. I was definitely far from teaching anybody what to do in the gym because I was so overweight, And man, if you just become that sponge, if you can fall in love with like training, getting into the gym, and just doing anything hard for yourself that is gonna benefit you in the long run. I feel like that's like the secret key that so many people they don't stick around long enough to find that.
Yep.
And then they quit and they give up on something that they probably would have fell in love with if they just kept showing up another day.
I agree. There's a window.
Yeah.
That if you once you decide to start a goal, if you don't make progress quick enough, most people will quit. But if you actually have somebody lacing you up and showing you how to do something, and you see progress fairly quickly, you're gonna keep going. And even on the times that you plateau and things like that, you have somebody who knows what they're doing that is okay, let's adjust here so we can continue to see progress. People oftentimes quit just because they don't see results quick enough. And some people, I'm proud of some people on our team because sometimes it does take people a little bit longer just because they have more to overcome or more to learn or whatever. And there's people that have maybe they didn't make a quick transformation, but they hung on and and then all of a sudden something clicks, and then the progress starts to happen. But if there's so many people that suffer with no results because they just have refused to have somebody help them with it. And I know it sounds like self-promotion when we talk about it because obviously we're coaches, we do personal training, and it sounds like, well, yeah, of course you're saying that you're just trying to get people to do personal training. But it's literally how we got to the spot that we're in. So it's how could we're just showing you what we are laced up on. That's literally all it is.
100%.
So
that's true. If you go take a look around to anybody who's in very good shape or has either very good shape or a feat of strength, you know what I mean? Because some people are power lifters or bodybuilders or their mindset training, marathon runners, regardless. A lot of those people, I found the reason why I went to go look for a coach and got one was because all the people I was watching and wanted to be all had coaches, and I was like, well, I know that if I want to get anywhere near to that level of good shape or in that type of level of conditioning, I knew that they were doing something that I wasn't, and so I was like, well, I guess I gotta go get a coach then, you know what I mean? And I mean, it was literally life-changing. It was transformational for me, and I'm sure for you, it's been super life-changing, right?
It's it's the one, or I would say there's probably 3 things that have been major life transformations: God, my kids, and then working out. It's those are literally have changed direction for my life.
Yep,
so
100%. And as a coach, and you especially, Coach V, me being one of them, is moments where you help somebody and you probably saved a life or changed a life. And that right there is the reason why I do this. I'm sure that's the reason why Coach V does this. I've worked with multiple clients, here in the gym, personal training and through lifting, just in tears, broken in tears with dealing with some stuff that has nothing to do with the gym, and I've had times where people have thrown up on me,
You
which,
have?
yes, a lot of times
Wait,
I get a bad rap, but I try not to let that happen. Anyways,
I've never had that happen before.
Not on me, but during the session where I'm like, oh my gosh, and so, Coach V has brought me to tears. She's one of my mentors, and it's been life-changing, people that have helped you genuinely, and I feel that's, if you can go into the gym and you can change your life, right? That's one. But if you could go into the gym and change other people's lives and affect them, I feel like there's nothing more valuable than that at the end of the day, because that will like get paid forward so many times. You don't know how many lives that person that you just help is going to change too, just because you know, help them out with something super small, you know, with something as like little as whoever made her feel empowered deadlifting. Shout out to you, because she just saved the country, for real. A country of women and dudes that, you know, lost themselves straight up, you know. And it started off with one session, one deadlift. You know what I mean? So that's the power of mentorship, of coaching, and personal training. Straight up, you know.
Yep. Well, we both stayed here. We both started here.
Yep.
And stayed here.
Yeah, facts. Come on now. This place is special, you know. It's a sanctuary.
Yep. On that note, we just had a 16-minute video.
Yeah, well, I guess we're going to post this as a post or something, you know what I'm saying? And you guys comment and, you know, let us know if you guys resonate with that, or where you guys are. You guys might be the 37-year-old mom who has never lifted before and wants to, you know, feel strong again, or feel some power, or just get in shape, you know. And some of you guys might be the 22-year-old dude who is completely overweight and wants to get back in that 22-year-old stud-like shape, all right? So,
or somewhere in between.
Yeah, or somewhere in between. Wherever you guys are in the journey, you know, comment and, you know, just talk to us, you know, let us know how we can help y'all. All right, so see y'all next time.